TD Bank may be a geographically limited bank when it comes to a geo restriction, but if you do qualify for the credit cards, it's a really wonderful way to use the card. You can use the card for a lot of things, but again, remember this geo restriction. You have to be within a certain geography. Okay, so in today's conversation, I want to talk to you about how to pre-qualify for TD Bank credit cards. Here are the steps I want you to follow right now. So the first thing you want to do here is that you have to understand that TD doesn't have a constellation of credit cards. They have about 3 or 4 credit cards. So you have to zero in on a specific card that you want from TD. So do you want the TD Cash credit card, the TD Business Solution credit card, the TD First Class Visa Signature credit card, or the Target Red card? Now the Target Red card is a co-branded card that TD Bank has with Target. So those are the 4 types. So you really have to have a clear idea. Okay, so let's first, I want to quickly walk you through all those 4 credit cards. So you have the TD Cash credit cards. As the name implies, it's a cashback credit card. So you actually have a 3% cashback on dining, 2% cashback at grocery stores, and 1% cashback on all other eligible purchases. Okay, the card has no annual fees. This is fantastic. We love the fact that you have an intro bonus of $150, and the APR kind of goes from 19.74% to 29.74%. So this is kind of cool. So the card overall, just think about this as a cashback credit card that you can use for a lot of things. Okay, and one thing I want to say here is that you got to think about the rotating categories, because you have 3% cashback on dining, from casual to fine dining and everything in between. You have 2% cashback at grocery stores and 1% cashback on all other eligible purchases. The card has no foreign transaction fee. This is fantastic. And you have Visa Zero Liability, and you also have chip technology protection. So overall, great card for cashback. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. I really appreciate having you here. In today's convo, I want to quickly talk to you about how to pre-qualify for TD Bank credit cards. The second credit card I want to acquaint you with is the TD Business Solutions credit card. It's a card that allows you to have 3% cashback on phone, internet, and cable services. You have 2% cashback on dining and at gas stations, and 1% cashback on other eligible purchases. The APR actually goes from 18.49 to 28.49%. So whether you're talking about the TD Cash credit card or the TD Business Solutions credit card, you have to always think about cashback. Okay, so for this card, for example, you can earn $300 cashback when you spend $3,000 in eligible purchases within the first 90 days. You can earn 3% cashback on phone, internet, and cable services, 2% cashback on dining and at gas stations, and 1% cashback on other eligible purchases. And the cool thing here is that this card has no caps, no limits, as long as your account is open and in good standing. So fantastic. I want to talk to you about the third card. So we have the TD First Class Visa Signature Credit Card. This is, when you think about this card, I want you to think about mile rewards. Think about travel, okay? So because the card actually allows you to earn 3x miles on travel and dining purchases and 1x mile on all other purchases. So the APR is kind of cool here. The APR is around 17%, which is decent, okay? And there is an intro bonus of 25,000 miles. So what we love here about this card is the flexibility. We love the fact that TD is actually giving you a lot of flexibility here. For example, you earn 25,000 bonus miles when you spend $3,000 within the first 6 billing cycles. You have 3x first class miles on travel and dining purchases, including flights, hotels, car rentals, cruises, and dining. You have 1x first class miles on all other purchases. Miles, the cool thing is, miles never expire as long as your account is open and in good standing. Think about that. You have 25,000 bonus miles that basically equal $250 in statement credit towards travel or dining purchases, and the card has no foreign transaction fees. This is fantastic. And you also have the mobile flexibility here, so you are able to add your TD cards to your mobile device to simplify your online, in-store, and in-app purchases. So we love that. So we love the fact that the card has many flexibilities and capabilities embedded in it. Okay, so and not only I love the travel rewards part, but I also love the fact that you have an APR that's kind of decent. Again, I want to say it, 17.74%. And the fourth card I want to acquaint you with is the Target Red card. So the card, this is a co-branded card, so you must be somebody who loves shopping at Target to actually want this card. Okay, for example, you have 5% discount on Target purchases. This is kind of fine. The APR is kind of high though, but so are all other store credit cards for that matter. So you have a 27.40%. But the card is kind of cool because it allows you to save 5% every day. You have free shipping on most items at Target.com. You have more exclusives, so including special items, gifts, and offers. Okay, and you have an additional 30 days for refunds and exchanges. You can get 10% off on your anniversary. You can save 10% on hotels with Hotel.com. So again, this is a great card, but hey, you gotta love being in the Target.com ecosystem or the Target ecosystem for that matter. Let me talk to you about the approach I really want you to pay attention to. So basically, I explained to you, like in detail, all the 4 credit cards that you might really want to think about, because we are talking about pre-qualifying for TD Bank credit cards, okay? How to pre-qualify. But to pre-qualify for a TD Bank credit card or another credit card for that matter, you need to know what the card actually entails in the first place, what the card is all about, right? If you have no idea what a card is for, you're not going to be interested in pre-qualifying, nor would you pre-qualify in the first place. So when we talk about the TD Cash credit card, I want you to close your eyes and think cash back on everyday purchases. Cash back on everyday purchases. Okay, this card is great for everyday rewards because when you think about it, you have 3% cash back on dining, 2% on grocery stores, and 1% on all other purchases. So it's pretty cool. So this card is great for people who want to earn unlimited cashback rewards, who spend significantly on dining and groceries, want an easy to obtain sign-up bonus, or want a rewards card with no annual fee. So you have the flexibility here. What about the TD Business Solutions credit card? Now, this card actually offers a cashback on business purchases. So this card it's great for small to mid-sized businesses that want cashback rewards. Because when you think about it, 3% cashback on phone, internet, and cable services, 2% on dining at gas stations, 1% on all other purchases. So fantastic. So this card is great for people who want to earn rewards for everyday purchases, want to earn rewards without an annual fee, and can meet the sign-up bonus spending requirements. And by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to pre-qualify for TD Bank credit cards. And what about the TD Class Visa Signature credit card? The card is fantastic in terms of travel rewards. So it's great for people who want to travel, who want to earn travel rewards, who can unlock the sign-up bonus, who don't mind paying an annual fee after the first year with the card, because this card does have an annual fee after the first year. So the annual fee is $89. And what about the TD? What about the Target Red card? Now the card is great for Target Rewards. It's great for people who shop regularly at Target, who don't want to pay an annual fee and won't carry a balance. So this is fantastic. So TD Bank rewards vary by card, but they fall into many categories as you have seen. So it's either travel or cashback. Okay, so you have to really you have to love that. You have to go for a specific type of rewards. So travel rewards are redeemable for cashback, travel, merchandise, and gift cards. So this is I think the peculiarity you have to think about here. Let me give you a few pro tips, because the whole conversation is about how to pre-qualify for TD Bank credit cards. See, the thing is that you first need to ask yourself, do you want to be do you have a good financial profile to actually be pre-approved? Because see, TD is not going to pre-approve you simply because you want to be pre-approved, right? First of all, you got to have a relationship with the bank, which, as I said earlier, you have to be within the geography that they cover. So TDs they are present in about 10 states. So once you have a relationship with them, you gotta ask yourself, or is your financial situation better? When we talk about financial situation, what about your credit score? When was the last time you checked your credit score? Is your credit score decent? Like TD will pre-qualify or even qualify you for a credit card if you start around 600. Now we have seen cases where TD approved some cardholders, even though they had like a sub 580. 575, 565 in FICO score. But those cardholders or those applicants, they had a strong relationship with TD. And on top of that, they were making good money. So if you're making good cash, if you have good revenue, and you happen to have like a low credit score, TD will look at a constellation of factors, not just your credit score, but they look at a constellation of factors before actually approving you. They're one of the banks. They're one of the banks in the country, like similar to Truist and U.S. Bank, to have like a holistic view of your application before approving you. So if you want to get pre-approved for a TD credit card, make sure that you actually need to say that. You need to tell TD you would like to be pre-approved. Like you can go to a branch and tell them, and you can just call. You can call and just say you like to pre-approve, because see, you have to actually voice your interest. Your because they don't just send it to you they will send it to you randomly also, but you gotta voice it. If you voice your willingness to have a pre-approval, you are boosting your chances. But one thing you need to do here is to always update your income data in TD. You want to let them know how much you're making, okay? And if possible, have direct deposit come into your account. If you have direct deposit, that's even better, because then they can see actually that you are making money. They can see your revenue. They can see your cash inflows and cash outflows. Now, if you want to be pre-approved for a TD credit card, it's important to understand that you have a few ways to do so. You can visit TD's website, okay, and depending on the state you're applying from, or the state you are visiting the website from, you may or may not have a pre-qualification page, because sometimes they have a pre-qualification page, or it's also called a pre-approval page, and that page may be permanent or temporary. Okay, so you first want to you can call TD and customer service and ask them if they have if they can link you to, if they can connect you to a TD Bank credit card pre-approval page. Okay, and the thing is that sometimes when you can get a pre-screen offer in the mail. And if you get that, then they will let you know like the link you have to go to. They'll give you a code, and you just have to enter that approval code and just access the pre-approval page. So this is totally possible. And you can also be approved. You can be pre-approved on the phone also. But if you have to go through the website, what will happen here is that you will just need to answer a few screening questions. Okay, typically you'll be asked for your name, address, income, and employment status. And you have to, so if you approve, if you are approved, you will have to review and compare offers. So for example, remember with TD, you only have 4 credit cards that you have access to: TD Cash credit card, the Business Solutions, the First Class Visa Signature, and the Target Red card. So they'll let you know which one of those cards, if any, you qualify for. Okay. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're still having a conversation about how to pre-qualify for TD Bank credit cards, okay? Now, one thing that's very important to remember here is that a pre-approved offer does not guarantee a card, not at all, because pre-approval for a TD Bank credit card does not guarantee approval for a TD Bank credit card, though it's a pretty sure bet. I mean, when you really think about it, approval requires a hard credit check and an additional information, including your income, which may be verified, because TD Bank wants to make sure that they have the right data. Like if they're giving you like a 5,000 or 10,000 limits on a credit card, they want to make sure that you have the financial wherewithal. You're making enough money to repay whatever you charge on the card if you were to charge that much. Okay, so if you received a pre-screen offer, however, it is a firm offer of credit based on information from credit reporting agencies. Okay, so this is kind of important to know, but you still need to apply and be approved for the card. What I'm trying to say here is that if you receive a pre-screen offer from TD Bank versus a pre-approval offer, pre-screen offer has more potency, is more powerful. And remember, if you do not get approved from TD Bank, you have other players out there, okay? You have American Express, you have Bank of America, you have Capital One, you have Chase, you have Citi, you have Discover, Wells Fargo. You have a lot of them out there. Now, the thing here is that when you're thinking about pre-qualifying for a TD Bank credit cards, you need to understand you got to have you got to follow a certain logic. You got to follow a certain logic if you want to increase your chances of getting a pre-approved credit card offer from TD or other issuers. The thing is, everything goes back to what we call having a certain financial routine, because there are certain fundamentals. There are certain criteria that all credit card issuers, including TD, they look at. Okay, so first of all, you got to try to become a credit-worthy customer, right? So your FICO score should be like your number one priority. How to increase it, how to maintain it. If you already have a high one, how to maintain it. Okay, because if you have a high one, if you have a high FICO score, you can increase your chances of, let's say, getting the best pre-approved credit card offers, not only from TD but also from other issuers. In general, credit card issuers prefer customers with good to excellent credit. So we're talking about a credit score above 740 means you are likely to be approved for most cards. Okay, and so it's really important to understand that if you want to boost your chances of getting a pre-approved credit card offer from TD and other issuers, you want to look at your credit file, and you want to try to resolve credit report errors. Some errors, some what we call derogatory items, they could be valid or not valid. Okay, you want to make on-time payments. So making on-time payments should become like a second habit for you. And you want to limit the amount of available credit you are using. You want to increase your available credit, and you want to vary the types of accounts you have, such as loans and credit cards. Okay, it's one of those things you have to start paying attention to in terms of looking at the reality in front of you, in terms of looking at the budgetary reality you are working with. It's really important to have that in mind. And one thing I want to say here is that when you think about increasing your let's say your FICO score in general, you have to constantly pay attention to your CUR. So CUR means what? Your credit utilization ratio. Make sure you pay attention to that. Make sure you also pay attention to your DTI, your debt to income ratio. Those two elements should really give you a pretty good idea of where your FICO score is heading to, because there is an inverse relationship. There's an inverse relationship between your FICO score and your DTI and CUR. In other words, they actually move in different directions. Here is a bonus for you. I want to give you a bonus here because I love the fact that you've been here so far. And so there are certain things you didn't know about credit card offers that are pre-approved. Okay. Now there are several types of credit card mail offers. So card issuers either send you general mailings or pre-screened offers. And general mailings are based on nothing more than your address being on a marketing list. And pre-screened offers are tailored to your credit score. So general credit card offers are known as invitations to apply, or ITAs. And an ITA is basically a non-committal from a card issuer. Okay, so there's no commitment here, one way or another. It's just an invitation to fill out an application. Pre-screen offers, especially pre-approvals, are better than ITAs. And some credit card issuers actually let you pre-qualify for a credit card online. And a positive response means you're more likely to get approved for the card once you apply. Okay, so this is something you need to think about. You need to think about pre-selected, pre-approved, pre-qualified. Okay, they might mean the same thing, but it also depends on the card issuer. And pre-approval just means that, hey, listen, they have reviewed your overall information and they think you could be a good candidate. Again, I want to repeat the fact that it's not synonymous with approval. Okay, you still have to go through a hard pull. You still have to make sure you provide your information. You still have to ask a few questions about your income and other financial information to qualify. Okay, and pre-approval does not hurt your credit, because pre-approval means what? You're getting a soft credit pull, not a hard credit pull. So your credit is not hurt here. Okay, and the pre-approval offers are worth it, because when you think about it, you don't waste anything, you don't lose anything. You just try it out. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, that's fine also. It's one of those things you have to try to see what really works for you or doesn't work for you. At the end of the day, it really depends on the your financial profile. It depends on your relationship with the card issuer. I want to insist on that, because if you want to, for example, pre-qualify for TD Bank credit cards real fast, make sure that you actually you beef up your relationship with TD Bank, so that you are clear about what TD Bank has to offer. Okay, this is really important. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to pre-qualify for TD Bank credit cards, and I actually gave you the steps you need to follow, the approach, the pro tips, the bonus, and I really appreciate having you. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.